Hi there, it's Raquel, and in our video today we're going to be sharing with you about Minky's first foster friend, Scooby. If this is your first time meeting us, then this is Minky, my 5-year-old adopted pit bull, and our channel focuses on her daily life and her adventures. And if you're interested in seeing more about her daily life and adventures, such as day trips and road trips, and how you and your pup can go on more adventures, then be sure to keep watching and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. For some background on me, I've been a dog volunteer with my local animal shelter for the past over 2 years, and that is how I met Minky. And if you're interested in learning about how the universe brought Minky and I together, I'll have that video posted in the description. After about 2 months of having Minky, then we ended up hosting our first foster friend, Zeus, who we informally renamed as Scooby. So the way that I learned about Scooby was that he was posted in our Dog Volunteers Facebook group, and the reason that the volunteer coordinator was looking for a foster home for Scooby was because he was experiencing kennel stress. And for example, when he was just in his kennel or laying on his bed in his kennel, he was just trembling and he just looked fearful and overwhelmed. In addition to the videos where he was very sad in his kennels and scared, he also was in playgroup at the shelter, and in that video he was getting along great with the other dogs, so it really just looked like he needed the right space to feel comfortable and come out of his shell. And as a foster, one of my goals is to get pictures and videos and just learn more about a dog's personality so that we can share that with potential adopters, post it on their feeds on the animal shelter's website. Since I focus on short-term dog fostering, my main goals are to learn more about this dog and also to get pictures and videos that can be used to share with potential adopters and help market the dog that we foster so that they can get adopted. And then additionally, at the end, if they do have adoption interest during the period that we're fostering them for, then I help with the adoption counseling. All right, so going back to his post in the Facebook group, because I have a soft spot for bully type dogs, I reached out to the foster coordinator via the foster coordinator cell phone. And a couple days later, I drove down to the shelter and picked Scooby up. And it had turned out that he was abandoned in a crate in the shelter's parking lot, and that's how they found him. Once I got him home, I kept his schedule extra consistent and calm so that he could de-stress. And where is Minky? I would occasionally let Minky walk up to him to sniff him, through his crate, but otherwise I kept them fully separate. And his schedule for the first couple days involved a lot of structure. So for example, in the morning it was wake up, potty break, have breakfast, go for a long walk, and then go back in his crate. And then I work full time during the day. So my mom would bring him out into the backyard and hang out with him for his midday break. And then as soon as I got home from work, I would take him on another long walk, feed him, hang out with him with some leash time in the house or in the backyard. But then it was basically back in his crate whenever I wasn't directly watching him. So when he first met me, he was pretty shy and suspicious, and he wouldn't take treats. He would kind of stand more at the end of the leash, farther away from me. But once, after the ride home and after being in the house and seeing that I was the main caretaker and then my mom was also another main caretaker, he quickly warmed up to us and then was happy to hang out with us. And he wasn't super cuddly, but we also weren't trying to cuddle him, we were just trying to give him a space because he's still also just getting to know us and our house. He went from having his tail pretty much always tucked to wagging when we would talk to him or approach him, and he would also very happily come up to us and started taking treats from us. Scooby was okay with our cats. He was definitely interested in them, but he wasn't really fixating on them. When he was in the house, we would just keep him on leash so that he couldn't approach any cats that didn't want to meet him. So just as some quick background, both Minky and Zeus have been good with other dogs. So when I finally introduced Minky and Zeus, which is of course a part that I was really excited for, I put muzzles on both of them because I wanted to be extra safe and make sure nothing could possibly happen. But even when I did have them together, it was for shorter periods of time, and after that, the rest of the day, they would be separate. There were a couple times that Minky would correct Scooby because he was being a little too rambunctious and trying to play with her. He was pretty respectful, or I would step in and just make him start walking around essentially. When I would have them inside together, also still with their muzzles on, I made sure to have separate beds for each, take away toys and any treats. So at first, Minky would correct him to get off of her bed, but then on the last morning that he was with us before he got adopted, then she actually shared her bed with him, and pretty rewarding to see that their relationship had actually changed. She had gotten more comfortable with him, so that was really cute for me. When my mom would take Scooby out during the day, then she would take a lot of pictures and videos of him, and they ended up being really cute. So we used a lot of her pictures for marketing him on his animal shelter page, and then I would attach funny captions. And he ended up having 2 parties interested in him within the week of being with us. And the first party that reached out to him was a young couple looking for their first dog together, and they ended up adopting him after he was with us for 1.5 weeks. After that 1.5 weeks, Minky, my mom, and I sent him off to his hopefully forever home. Fingers crossed. In future Foster Friends videos, I'll be filming throughout the process, so be sure to like and subscribe if you're looking forward to seeing more of Minky's adventures and her foster friends. All right, thank you for watching.